I didn't even know her name.
I knew her name. I thought it was fake.
I didn't believe, that was her real name.
Well, what do you mean fake? Was it one of those like?
Her name was Tipper.
Oh, it's like one of those Facebook ones. You know, where they're superb. Like.
Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. For this week's episode, 2 classic segments we'll be doing. The first is Stockholm Syndrome, but once again with another twist. You'll have to wait and see what the twist is. And we'll be giving you guys relationship advice on the stories you've sent in on unsolicited, unqualified, and uncomfortable. But before that, Trap the Week, on the round table, we have me, Miguel, we have Sen.
Hello.
We have Rohit.
G'day.
And back on his little podium, we have Kushagra Kundra.
Been a couple of weeks, but I'm back. Thank you very much.
Feels like an eternity.
It only feels like a couple of weeks, to be honest. Just 14 days. That's really it. Not much to it. I have been away, though, for our recording sessions because I've been doing a little house hunting, but property searches, actually.
Wow. Becoming a mogul.
Yep. 100%. I'm looking at, what was that place that you mentioned? RuneScape or Rutscape or whatever, the rich place one? What was it called?
Vaucluse.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I think RuneScape?
Yeah.
Varrock?
I thought it was called Recluse or something like that. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Varrock.
It's Falador.
It's the Alcarin Gates.
But things going well in the Kundra household.
Must be nice.
Are you
Nice.
getting kicked out or?
No, we're just searching. You know, it's time to search. That's what it is. You know, it's time to build your finances.
This is probably the most adult conversation we've had on this podcast.
It is. It absolutely is. You know, I think it's time to. You know,
What are we looking for in the house or the apartment?
we're looking for a little investment.
ROI.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, that's all.
give me some of this in the long term and short term, please.
So as long as it has four walls and a ceiling, you're happy.
It's actually how many people can you fit in there in a 4-bedder? Like, how many curtains can you put to subdivide?
4 better means 4 families.
Look, there was one property I went to. This man was just going, "Oh, you can make it into a duplex. You know, make yourself a little strata." And I was like, "Okay, facts.
Beautiful.
Okay,
You're speaking my language.
Come on, keep doing. What's the acreage you're looking at here? You know, keep it going, sir.
Acreage.
Yeah, land size is pretty important. It's something I've learned. You know, I've been spending a
I
lot.
feel like that's paramount when looking for a house or whatever.
That's actually.
It's how they value the house.
Well, let me preface. This past month, I wasn't considering property searching or even property buying at all. Right?
So this has come up very recently.
It's come up very recently.
Did you come into some fortune?
No.
Like,
Any passings in your house?
Question, if you win the lottery, do you tell your friends?
Yeah. I did notice the yellow Lamborghini outside.
Yeah, I got my P's in 2 weeks as well within 14 days.
did you see the jackpot? The Powerball jackpot's up to 160 million.
I was actually we were talking about this last night, and someone was asking me, what would you do? And I said, I'm going to buy a whole suburb if I win 160 million.
But the thing is, like, people didn't win the jackpot, but they can win like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, like the smaller ones, yeah.
Which I think is what Kush maybe.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you what happened.
Please.
Someone gave me a would you rather. I answered it. And I actually got the money. There you go. It was a would you rather that turned out to be true. It was really nice. But it's something very recent. So I've been spending like the last month actually researching the nuances of buying a property, you know? All the intricacies involved. Something which they don't teach you at school, which I found a bit baffling, you know? If I had known this before, would have been smooth sailing.
Do you reckon you got a property by now?
I would have had 3 or 4. I would have been in high school buying apartments, all right?
Yeah.
This shit is pretty important. But like the fact that they don't teach us in school, instead they
Can you
teach
teach us? What,
Yeah, so
what do we need to
What's
know?
the do's and don'ts?
I'm not going to let the listeners listen for like 20 minutes about the nuances of property buying.
Give us
right?
one.
Your
What's
rule.
the one tip we would need to know?
Negative
They don't
debt
tell
is
you.
good in property, all right? Being in negative debt is good. Make sure you are in negative debt for a few years, actually.
What's that in layman's terms?
Keep making a loss for the first few years with your property buying. It's a good idea. That's it. Have a research of that. and then we'll
Why is that a good idea?
Well, I'm not going to. Can you look, it's just something I did. I missed the podcast, all right? And I'm back. Okay.
All right. Welcome back.
Don't worry, we're
Research your negative debt while you're listening.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
very
Go on.
familiar with making a loss here at this podcast.
You hear that, ATO?
Something I want to bring up. Last night we had a party, Kush, me, Ro, and Manny, and maybe these two disagree with me, but I think we may have been carrying on a bit too much last night. A bit of pelican behaviour, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I want to outline the things we did, and maybe you can say if you agree or not.
Right. What's new in this story, though?
Yeah.
Hey.
Good point.
Hey.
So this was a party for... You're proud of yourself for that one?
I'm very proud of myself.
Fuck off.
So this is one of our friends.
And can I just say, carrying on was Manny and Sen. I was just one man.
Is this the truth or?
For once, Rose actually telling the truth.
Ooh, okay.
I will say this was probably led by us.
All
And
right.
another individual as well.
Regale me and I'll come to a conclusion here.
So it was one of our friends' girlfriend's party. So it was her party that she was running with another one of her friends. So it was two girls.
Right.
We kind of know one of them. Like we've met her a couple of times and like we're friends.
Yeah,
The
okay.
other person,
No idea.
until I walked into the door last night, I didn't even know her name.
I knew her name. I thought it was fake.
I didn't believe. Yeah, that was her real name.
Well, what do you mean fake? Was
Her
it one of those like?
name was Tipper.
Oh, it's like one of those Facebook ones. You know, where they're superb. Like.
Good.
Okay, so there was a random person. You had no idea. Like you haven't even heard of a name at all.
No, and yeah, like you said, it could have been a fake person for all we know. We got the invite, a couple of weeks ago? Gentlemen's maybe even a month ago, 2 months ago.
Well in advance.
Well in advance.
Yeah.
I didn't click going until about 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And so it was at a bar in the city, and they had a theme for the event, and it was dress as your favorite Dreamworks character. Pretty good theme, right?
I like it. Yep.
Too niche, though, in my opinion.
Dress up as your favorite animated character would have been a little bit better, I
I
think.
need a broader theme there.
Well, me and May didn't even think of the theme until
I saw that in the story. I saw someone's Be Real. Someone put dressing as your DreamWorks character, and there was nothing that was either dream or a word.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So the party was at 7. At about 3:30, Miguel messages me, have you got a costume? And I'm like, brother, I do not. And he's like, I'm at the costume store now. Should we get something? So we went as the 3 blind mice, with the other one being the boyfriend of the girls whose party it was. And so we had little mouse, like
Mouse
a headband.
ears.
Mouse ears. And then we got sunnies.
Yeah.
With the 3 blind mice.
Cool.
If we wore a white shirt, come on. The mics
exactly.
are white and we wore a white shirt.
All right, so fine.
Can I just say, you guys put in a lot more effort than a lot of the people at the party.
That is true.
Like, most people would just come in something and then just say, I'm, the character. Like, for example, put on a sweater vest, suddenly you're Wallace and Gromit. Are you? Didn't look like
You're a
it.
bloke in a sweater.
Yeah, that's all you are.
I don't even know Wallace and Gromit was DreamWorks.
Yeah, neither did I, but
All I'm saying is when we walked in, Sen and I heard people say, oh, they're the 3 blind mice.
Really?
People knew.
People didn't know.
Okay, that's good.
But, so the party started at 7. We figured out our costumes by 5.
Yep.
We arrived at the party at 8:30 maybe. So an hour and a half late.
Yep.
2 of us had put together some form of a costume. The other friend that we were with had also come up with a costume.
Right.
Except everyone was asking, who are you meant to be?
Okay.
And then he said who he was, and people still didn't know. He's like, I'm Jack Frost. Who? He was literally wearing a blue jumpsuit and a grey wig. A grey wig, which cost apparently, which he told me, $25.
I had to buy it for him.
And the wig was called Corporate Wig.
But it looked like 2010 Justin Bieber, bro.
So anyway, here we are, 8:30. Barely put in any effort with the costume. And, we'd been there a grand total of upwards of 37 seconds before we absolutely attacked the bar tab, which I don't know if I should say this part, but we were meant to chip in for the bar tab. Have you chipped in?
I have chipped in.
I have.
Okay.
At the time of the party, we had not chipped in for the bar tab.
I'll be keeping that in Sen, by the way.
That's fine. I'll transfer as soon as this is done. But we ravenously attacked the bar tab.
Look, fair play. You don't know one of them. You knew one of them. You got to make advantage of a situation where you're a little bit, bit frosty, I'd say. not Jack Frosty, just frosty, all right?
Actually, there was some rumblings of, we only know half. So it was $60 for a chip in. Like, we only know one of the 2 people of the party. Maybe we given only $30.
Okay. Good
It
consideration.
was quickly shot down. Though, so. But anyway, so around 9 p.m., which I've never seen, not at like past the 16th birthday, but anyway, everyone, they stopped everything. They got a projector out and they're like, we're doing a Kahoot quiz on the 2 people we barely know. So like, all right, get in groups of 7, get into a team. We're doing a Kahoot quiz about us. So we look at each other, we're like, fuck
Okay.
me, here we go.
But no, you got the boyfriend.
We got the boyfriend. So we grabbed the boyfriend, grabbed him by the collar, and then we grabbed the rest of us and we got together.
Yeah.
And then we made this big super team. There was like 10 of us. And then they were putting up, and then as you know, in Kahoot, you can see all the team names and the members that
The best
come up.
part of Kahoot, I should say.
Exactly. And so we weren't fully engaged. And then we saw our team name. It was called Rats or something. And like, it was a bit lame. So then,
What, you were gushing grannies?
so then that thought came to mind. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to make my own team then and come up with a fucked up name.
Yeah.
And I ran a few past each, we ran a few past each other. And then
A lot of them were shit we didn't want to.
a lot of them were horrendous.
Okay.
Like, genuinely could get me in trouble if I put this up there. So in the end, I came up with a team name. It was Russia. My team members were Dmitry, Vladimir Putin, and Roman Abramovich.
Okay.
And then our other friend who was with us, Jack Frost, he saw that Russia was up there, so he made a team name, Ukraine.
No.
And then the Kahoot quiz began. 34 questions.
34?
The best one is 4 questions in.
That's what I was going to get to.
No, hold on. 34 questions.
And Kush, listen to me. By Allah's grace, 4 questions in, you look at the leaderboard. Russia was coming first, Ukraine was coming second. And everyone's like, who the fuck is Russia? Who the fuck is Ukraine? And then anyway, the questions started to get a bit more. So like the first few questions like, what's so-and-so's birthday? What's so-and-so's birthday? What's their favorite color? Blah, blah, blah. And then it started to get really niche. Like, where does so-and-so have a birthmark? Where does,
Where do they spend 11 a.m. on a Friday?
Literally, that was one of the questions.
Was it actually?
So obviously, we have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
So we started copying the teams around us. Literally, we had spies everywhere who were looking over people's shoulders, looking at what they...
But we figured out the teams that were chirping up about
Look,
it.
it's
They're
very...
first and second.
Having spies is very apt for Russia, Ukraine right now. So you did well.
And then obviously you do the thing as well where if the really obvious question comes up and the really obvious answer is, you know,
Yeah.
we're idiots, right? We start yelling out the wrong answer. Oh, it's green. It's green. Oh, it's blue. Blue, bro. Blue. You know, everyone else is behaving themselves. Respectfully doing the quiz.
Were you guys intoxicated at this point?
Sorry?
Intoxicated?
Bro,
We had a gentleman's 2 drinks each. You're just being a menace. That's it.
I drove, so I didn't.
Oh my God.
And then, so it was about 9:30, 9:45, and then this man over here decides to rock up. So he's 2.5 hours. Oh, actually, no, yes.
So we're at the bar, sending his drinks and shit. I started to get a phone call like 9 from him. It's like, bro, I just got home. I'm going to get ready for the party. Do you have a costume? And I'm like, yes. And then he's like, oh, does Sen have a costume? There's like, your girlfriend's have a costume. I'm like, yes. And then I can hear he's missing the back. I was like, I told you, Rohit. What are you doing? It's like, what is she wearing? What is he wearing? And I'm like, bro, don't worry.
Nightmare.
So he rocks up,
No
9:45, without no costume.
No, I literally was looking up like what Dreamworks animation characters have brown shirts. 0. None of them do.
Should have just made one up like our other friend did.
Yeah, true. Jack Frost. No, so I rock up. Maybe there's 2 questions left in the Kahoot quiz.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, like, whatever, we get them all wrong. Oh, at this point, Russia and Ukraine are falling off. They're coming probably last and second last.
So anyway, we finished the quiz and then they're like, all right, you know, we've had our fun. Time for the cakes. So they're bringing out the cakes and then everyone's singing happy birthday. And then they had to go get the mic so the person could talk over the mic. So then our friend, like the boyfriend of the girl, went to go get the mic. So he's walking with the mic and then this gentleman to my right starts yelling out.
Migs.
Well, I'll say his name. His name's John. He's like, John has a speech. John, speech. And everyone's like, yeah, John, speech.
Now, John is a very introverted character.
He does
Like,
not
he's
want the attention on him at all.
quite reserved. Meanwhile, he's in his Final Destination nightmare. While Manu yells out, give him a speech. Jack Frost on the other hand, pushing him in front, making him go in front of everyone and speak.
And then while this is happening, while Manny's rallying the troops, Braveheart style, Rohit somehow knocks into Manny and knocks his drink out, and
Smashes
then
it.
glass falls on the floor, drinks go everywhere, glass everywhere. Menace behavior. And then now I want to go back to John. So like we said, there was a Kahoot quiz, and one of the subjects of the Kahoot quiz was John's girlfriend. And so, like I said, we very aggressively got John in our team because we're like, quiz about his girlfriend. He surely knows the answer, right? And so as the questions were going, we were like, every single time a question about his girlfriend came up, we're like, John, what's the answer? John. And then, John accidentally maybe a few times said the answer a bit too loud so other people heard. So like, John, you fuckwit, stop helping other people.
Yelling, bro.
Just yelling at him, just really yelling at the poor bloke. Like, this guy's getting frazzled right now. And then there was a few where, like, there was a few more questions. And then we're like, John, and we asked him, and he gave us the answer.
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds later, he's like, oh, wait, no, it should have been the other one. I'm like, mate, are you sabotaging us? And so John got a couple wrong in a row. And then, maybe we should have kept it on the down low. But obviously, we let absolutely everyone at the party know, John doesn't know anything about his girlfriend. John got all these questions wrong.
Oh, no.
And then I think his girlfriend heard, and I don't think she was very impressed with that or very happy. So were we in the wrong to do that, to out him like that?
Yes, everywhere. You guys are such menaces.
Hang on. But John also did get 5 out of 12 in the quiz.
Oh, okay.
I
Is
will
that
give
acceptable?
John some respect. Some of the question was super niche.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of niche, just between her and the other birthday girl's friend.
How long have they been dating for?
Couple of years.
yeah.
Ooh, he didn't even hit 50%, my guy. He didn't even hit 50%.
Like, where did her and her meet at fucking uni?
Like
At
the
name
exact building.
Like,
Okay.
those questions.
Who's gonna know that?
Okay, that's a pretty stupid
But we
question.
didn't give him that courtesy. last
No.
night, no.
So, yeah. This is what I was hearing because I spoke to John afterwards and he's like, I got 4 or 5 out of 12. I was like, that's not a bad performance because I assumed the questions were like not easy.
Yeah.
But then the girlfriend was like, they were pretty easy apparently.
Ooh,
Well, they're easy when you know all the answers.
When it's
quiz
about you.
yeah.
but I think you guys were menaces though. Like, there's no question about it.
There's no question about that, yeah.
There's absolutely no.
When I spell it out to you like that, there was a bit of carry on from us.
I think a lot, not a little bit. I think a lot. The speech one's a bit cool, man. The guy's a shy, he's
I
a reserved
maintain
guy.
speed. That is fine. That happens at every party. It got thrown on me one time, so I'm.
But I reckon you can make a speech. This man, he's a shy, introverted guy. You don't put that on him.
You know what?
You have a respect for that.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
But then if John does make a speech, is Miguel the hero? He's got John to speak.
Because
Potentially.
John, in fact, had a speech.
Did he have a speech?
No, of course not. I didn't give one.
Then I'll stay with my position that was incorrect.
Because you know, like how when you call out for people to give speeches, the rest of the crowd suddenly just gets involved.
Of course, yeah.
And suddenly it's like a tidal wave. You know, Manny's started the Mexican wave, and the thing's gone around 50,000 times.
I'm a whore for getting people to do speeches.
Really? I hate it.
What's your opinion on this, bro? On their behavior?
I wasn't here for basically any of it. Like I was only
Conveniently so.
I was only here for the speech, and I thought it was fine at the beginning. And to be fair, Manny was a bit of carry on, but Jack Frost was egging it on so much.
Once the crowd was involved, I walked away. I'll be honest.
Nah, that's
My
a
job was
coward.
done.
No.
My job was done.
I think it's okay to call for a speech, but once he expresses discomfort,
You let it go.
Hands off.
Yeah, you step away. there.
but by that time, I think the bull was in the china shop already.
I already got the crowd on
The crowd-
against him. So you know,
Bang
on me.
for blood.
Was it a good speech in the end, or a little
He didn't give one.
tiptoey?
He didn't give a speech.
Oh, he didn't even do it.
He didn't. He got saved by the glass falling to the floor.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Johnny.
You're a hero.
Is that worse? Not doing a speech when you get called up to do it?
No, I think it's
Well, what's he going to do? Like, what's the speech going to be about? Like,
exactly.
thanks for coming?
Well, I think
what's
that's
speech?
fine at that
I
point.
think you got to say something.
You got to say
No,
something.
we famously went to another one where the boyfriend was called to do a speech and he did a 20-minute monologue all about himself.
I said something, not everything, bro. You
This man was going on about himself for about dead set 10 minutes. And he gave the speech back. We were menaces there as well. So he gave the microphone back to his girlfriend at that one. And then we all started yelling, give it back to him. Give the microphone back.
I think it's weird for the boyfriend to give a speech in this context because it's a joint party.
It was a
between-
joint of two.
Mate,
Yeah,
who's
that's
given
why.
Tip a speech?
Exactly. Who's stepping up
Does
to the plate?
John have to do that as well?
Is
Tipper?
Bumblebee Man stepping up?
That's niche. No one's gonna know that reference. No one else was at the party.
No, we got to explain.
Nah, just leave it as it is.
Okay, self-reflection. Sum it up. You two, what did you think of your behavior?
You know what? I hold my hand up. We
It would
could
have been.
we could
I think
calm it down a bit.
It was fine, but it's just that none of their friends were at that level. None of them were like rowdy or like pests either. So that's why we stood out.
We're also outsiders coming in.
I think that's the biggest one because we knew no one else there.
Look, I can't stress this enough. We knew no one else.
I can count how many people I knew on one hand, and there was 50 people I think.
Let me think, right? Like you making a joke that Johnny got the answers wrong.
Yeah.
Is that menace behavior? Because that just seems like a fun little thing to do with
I
friends. It was just taken
I
badly.
think everything we did fundamentally is fine. It's just the way we did it was like 10 times too much.
And I think a different story. If we're sitting here and we're like, we knew everyone at the party, different story. Then I think we're not even bringing this up at all.
No, I will defend ourselves. During the quiz, it was getting rowdy. You know?
Yeah, it was- towards the end, it was
vibe
getting rowdy.
matched during the quiz.
Right,
Because
okay.
teams are going off how
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
winning.
that is
Other
true.
teams going off how they don't know. We went off that, but speech, we could have.
Speech could have calmed down. That's the only part I saw. I think he could have calmed down a little bit, but whatever. Like when he didn't want to give the speech, let him go. And then I smashed Manny's glass by doing a big 1-2 little
He
backhand.
defended his honor.
Alrighty, boys. I want to have a quick discussion. This is a game we play called Stockholm Syndrome. Now, traditionally, this game is played with IKEA furniture and X. You got to compare. You got to figure out whether it's IKEA furniture or whether it's tennis players in the Australian Open playing in 1954.
Yep.
So, I have a roommate who has like a whiteboard in the bathroom, in the shower, I should say.
That's weird.
And he writes his thoughts on that.
Getting weirder.
So it's like a shower.
So it's
journal.
quite literal shower thoughts.
It's literal shower thoughts that he puts
It's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
he puts down. And so like sometimes he puts like what he thinks in a bit of code. Like for example, like I have a photo. I'll give you
Is this
as
a shared bathroom as well? Sorry.
It's just me and him that share it.
Is that weird knowing that he's written this probably with one hand on his willy and the other
Me?
hand just...
Are you talking about me reading it with one hand on the willy?
No, both. Exactly.
So really, these thoughts are joining your willies together.
Potentially, you could think about it like that. But I think he puts them in code, some of them in code because he doesn't want me to like figure out the meaning. Like for example, I've got permission for him to read this out, by the way. Okay, he's got HS, arrow, RW, question mark, arrow, and then a skull. And then he's got things like fake YouTube plaque. And then just very like cryptic things like beard oil, July event. But then
I think this is a reminder of a to-do list.
To-do list.
no, but then he's
This is just calendar. There's an app for that on your phone, man.
but then he's also got some real gems in here. And I want to see if you can pick what is my housemate and what are famous quotes by authors, poets.
How much time does this guy spend? Do you wonder why your water bill was so high?
I actually did wonder
Imagine they're
that.
just writing haikus.
There's just no hot water when you shower.
Basically, is this my housemate Isaac or is this Aristotle? Is this Plato? Is
Greatest
this
intellects of our generation, Yeah. All right, here we go.
absolutely. First one. Take the right actions. They are the flow of life.
This is
Is this Isaac or is this Rumi, a 13th century Persian poet, Islamic scholar, and Sufi mystic, originally from the greater Khorasan in greater Iran?
Islamic scholar.
Islamic scholar.
no.
Teachings of... Does this sound like something...
Yeah,
that would
read the
be-
quote out again.
Take the right actions. They are the flow of life.
See, the
don't
thing, it doesn't make full sense. That's why I'm saying it might be Isaac.
Yeah, it doesn't make full... Flow of life is not a...
It's very, wishy-washy, up in the air kind of thing.
Because this sort of quote, I feel if it's popular, everyone would know flow of life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I got a
all right.
Scooby about this one.
I'll back it.
I reckon.
Do you know Rumi teachings? You guys across this man?
No.
I study it every morning as I do.
And if he says no, then who are Kush and I to object that?
So we're locking in Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac is correct. That is Isaac. What do we think that means? What do we think take the right actions?
Take the right actions.
They are the flow of life.
Does this concern you when you come in and you see the manic ramblings? You're just trying to have a shower, brother.
I see newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
It was like a magazine, like letters clipped up.
All circles still like at one point. It's like your home address.
I to be honest, I actually look forward to reading them because they're quite entertaining to see.
Nah, that quote makes sense.
Did you actually ask him what the meaning behind that one was?
No. He says he can't tell me, but he said I could read on the podcast and
Okay,
speculate.
so these are all cryptic then.
These are all somewhat cryptic.
Okay, beautiful.
All right, the next one. The things that make me different are what make me. Is that Isaac? Or is that A.A. Milne, the author of Winnie the Pooh and other children's poetry?
I feel like that's a pretty defining theme of Winnie the Pooh, isn't it?
I actually have not read or watched Winnie the Pooh.
What is
ever.
the
So what are the defining
I'm
themes?
pretty sure it's about like difference, accepting difference and whatnot. I feel-
Winnie's different and
I think they're all
yours different.
Yeah.
I couldn't name you any more characters.
I was going to say something. Don't
I
worry
was
about it.
so was I, and I stopped myself there. There's a T, all right?
Yeah, it's a T. It's a T. It's a T. It's a T. Everyone.
tiger
Come on.
character.
Yeah.
Yes. Except sometimes there's a bit of a let at the end, okay? I will say it is Winnie
Can
the
you
Pooh.
read the-
I'm going to back it. Purely
All
off
right.
the theme.
There we
Kush
go.
seems very
We
confident
back
about
it.
this.
A.A. Milne, that is correct. 2 from 2.
Good man, Kush.
Isaac, not that profound. We move along. 2. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Was that Isaac? Or was it Eleanor Roosevelt?
It wasn't. Why'd you choose that one? You could have chosen any other figure in history, and I might have believed you.
You could have chosen Rumi at this point.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Rumi. I would have believed Rumi more than this.
He just wasn't, right?
Oh, you could have said Jack Frost and we would have been like, yeah, maybe.
So I think that's Isaac.
Absolutely, it's Isaac.
It's Eleanor.
No,
It's Eleanor.
I was gonna say, I swear I've heard Isaac say this.
What was the quote?
No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
It's a with your consent.
That's the.
I feel like that's a modern phrase.
The hell is,
you know?
the hell is Theodore doing, man? To make anyone say that shit.
We move along to take a shower, win the day. Was that Amit Ray, an Indian author known for his teachings on meditation, yoga, and peace? Or was that my housemate Isaac?
The shower
I think that he's
thoughts.
picked a shower quote is 2 on the nose.
He's trying to trick us, you reckon? But then why is the meditation guy, does he really have to spell it out to take a shower in his book?
Is that 2 on the nose for cleansing? You know?
No, but what was the second part of it?
Take a shower, win the day.
Win the day. That is a strong. That is
Not seize the day. That's the one that I've heard the most.
carpe diem.
Carpe diem.
Win the
leave-
day. I think this might be Isaac.
But would you see win the day in a, what did you say, yoga book?
That's
What'd
what
you
I'm
say?
saying. You
I
say
think
seize
you
the
will.
day.
It's like lesson 36. You know, in a book. The title is "Take a Shower, Win the Day."
I will
And it
back
tells-
Migs on this.
and
We'll
then
back
it tells
Migs.
you
Alright.
what goes on.
All right, all
we'll
right.
back
We'll
Migs.
back Migs on this.
It's not Amit Ray. It's Isaac.
I feel
Take a shower,
like that one was, yeah.
win the day.
the win the seize was the one that it felt like it'd be Isaac.
Win the day, exactly. It's not something you would see in a book.
Because Isaac seems to be he likes to take the holistic approach, you know, the flow of life, you know? He's not talking about just your atoms and your energies. Now he's talking about winning the day. Ooh.
Kush is a scholar of Isaac's writings.
Yeah.
So we have a trump card.
Someone writes, we must regain the ability to take risk. Was that Isaac? Or was that Marcel Proust, a French novelist,
Is
critic,
he an F1 driver?
and essayist who wrote the monumental novel In Search of Lost Time, originally published in French? He is considered by critics to be
You need all this.
one of the most
I think you've given us the
influential
answer.
authors.
I feel like it is Marcel.
No,
You're talking
it's
about-
not. It's not. I've done this as well, where you give the long ass description to try and throw you off. What was the quote?
Well, I actually had like a long description for everyone. I just didn't want to read the rest.
I think it is Marcel.
we must regain the ability to take risk.
would Isaac write that? We must regain the.
No way.
Is that his?
Take a risk?
No,
Is
wait,
that his
wait.
diction?
We're just talking about Marcel and what was
You
the...
don't believe it's within his holistic approach.
I don't think so. I think it's too niche in the themes he's exploring, Isaac.
Ooh, it's thematic.
Exactly. I think it's going to be Mr. Marcel.
You're right. Isaac is more of a big picture thinker. This is
Exactly.
more. Yeah, you know what? I'm with
Prosty.
Kush on this. I think it's Prosty.
It's Isaac again. Isaac. Wow.
Bamboozled.
Dabbling.
You guys are really thinking that Isaac has written some profound things if you're attributing them to actual famous
Wait,
The
people.
first one didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So we're like Isaac on Schule.
No, wait. Who was this?
That was Isaac.
And what did we say?
prostate.
No,
Marcel.
Don't worry about it.
We said old prostate.
We move on to a small act of kindness is worth more than great intention. Was that Isaac? Or was that Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese-American writer, poet, and visual artist?
Morale has dropped.
Heads are gone. Heads are gone.
Isaac's a bit of a positivity guy, right? He's talked about regaining some risks, moving forward, the flow of life again.
No, what were Isaac's quotes though? The flow of life one.
I'll
Yeah.
give you the one that we've got so far. Isaac has got take a shower, win the day.
Simple. It's a call to action.
But positive.
CTA, go on.
We must regain the ability to take risk.
Again, another call to action.
Take the right actions. They are the flow of life.
Absolutely.
This guy putting a manifesto or what?
Yeah, should we be celebrating this and analyzing it? Like we should be,
Hearing that back was kind of concerning.
we should be giving this to the AFP.
And then we move on
Needs to
to
be an investigation into this.
a small act of kindness is worth more than a great
See,
intention.
there's no call to action.
Now
for
here's
this
what
one.
I'll also say. All of Isaac's quotes, none of them have been altruistic. They've all been self-serving.
It's all about yourself.
It's all about, controlling your day, your life.
Okay.
all
Yeah.
that.
Well in,
Alright,
well in.
okay.
We'll
Alright,
back that.
So we're saying the Khalid.
Yeah, LeBron.
All right.
DJ.
DJ.
Mr. Khalil.
What did you say?
Yeah, Khalid.
That is Khalil. That is Khalil.
I think we've worked it out, boys. I think we've
Well done,
figured it.
Migs. Good analysis.
All right, boys, 3-all. The final one. When people are busy and can't come, they do want to.
That's classic Joshi. That is,
Is that
21st
Isaac?
century Joshian. There has to be.
What is that quote? Say it again.
When people are busy and cannot come, they did want to.
It's profound. It's deep.
Is it?
It's not one of his better ones.
Is it Isaac or who?
No, wait, who's it between? Who's it
All
between?
right. Is it Isaac Joshi?
Yep.
Or is it Marcel Marceau?
Can't be Marcel. Isn't he a silent actor?
Yeah, but he still has. He's on mute.
Yeah, he just signed like
Yeah, how would you say that? At least we entertain ourselves here.
That's got to be Isaac. It makes
Yeah,
zero sense.
Honestly, yeah, I think it is Isaac, but it could be Marcel, to be honest.
Is there a bit, is there a bit of self-serving to it? I think it is, right? It's for you. Like they want you to come to your thing. It's all about you, right?
Yeah, so it's just saying they were busy, but they did want to come.
They did want to come.
It's not that profound, actually.
Now you think
Satisfy
about
your
it.
ego, I feel.
So it's about him.
It's about
All
him.
Self-serving.
So we're saying it's Isaac?
We'll say it's
All right,
Isaac.
we're saying it's Isaac.
Of course, it is Isaac.
Oh, well done, boys. We won that.
Boys,
eh?
I think we've cracked the code of Isaac's writing.
4-3. And for some bonus ones, not everyone is automatically busy with work on a Friday.
Yep.
Is that it?
That has to be
That's a quote. These are some of the rest of the Isaac's quotes on the board. Stay out. And in the same line, get out of bed. And then we have things like, don't start with how are you? Start with, I just, ...
What the fuck?
Check his hard drives.
I think these are good quotes, but congratulations on the win. Well done. Alrighty, boys. This episode is, as always, is sponsored by our good friends at Manscaped. Now, I'm going to give you guys a choice of read. We've got a new read that's come through, and one says holidays come early, and then we have the thankful read. Within the holidays come early, we have male, we have female, and we have female sexual.
That's the one we'll be picking.
In thankful, we only have male and female. Which read would we
Choose
like?
your own adventure. Yeah, the one that Manny said.
Female, sexual, you must read all of it, Ro.
Female sexual. All right, here we go.
You must put on a sensual voice.
Santa, baby.
Jesus Christ.
I've only got one wish this year. All I want this holiday season is for my man to have smooth jingle balls. Thankfully, Manscaped answered my call with the Performance Package 4.0, so I don't have to find Santa's beard in my man's pants again. Ladies, this holiday season, get your man products that will actually get him smooth and clean. Their all-new Body Buffer just does all that. It's time to give the man in your life the gift of beautiful skin and balls this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com and use code TCB for 20% off and free shipping. Now, they've got a little bit here that says hosts talk about a time that they were in bed with a guy that had hairy balls or a gross / weird ball
So let me tell you about
story.
yesterday.
But as we said, look, obviously this isn't for our audience. We have a 98% male audience. We have no female listeners.
We have a couple. Don't undersell.
That might not be the best read for you, but in saying that, the products are good. We recently got a nice little shipment of stuff. Some new conditioner. Kush, what did you want? You wanted a nice razor?
Yeah, for these bad boys over here.
Single razor. So we haven't got it yet, but next week, if you see Kush's beard looking nice and trim,
It's all because
know
of
it's
the plow.
because of the plow. So grab your plow, grab the Performance Package 4.0, 20% off and free shipping, code TCB, off you go. Alrighty, boys. Unsolicited, unqualified, and uncomfortable. This is the segment where we read out your love stories and then give you advice on how we can improve them, because oftentimes they are not going very well. This one comes in from Anon. He writes, "Hey lads, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to drop you a quick message for one of your relationship advice segments. If you don't mind, could you not use my name? So, my scenario is keeping things from your partner and whether it's okay or not. Should your partner know everything about you? Or is it okay to keep things a little low key? So a bit of context, I'm 21 from London and in my final year of uni. I don't know if you have this in Australia, but in the UK, in between your second and third years of uni, you could do an internship. So I did this and I started going out with one of my co-worker's sisters. We have been together for over a year now and things have been going well. So I've always been into investing and trading and stuff. And during my internships, things went well. And I was also earning considerably more in the past with 2 part-time jobs. So I had to decide to buy a Rolex. as an investment, which I know will hold its value. If not, appreciate. So I did this a while back, and while my girl was over recently, she saw it and was mad that I didn't tell her about this purchase when it was so large and that I could have saved up for a deposit in the future. Gosh, this might be your wheelhouse. This low-key got me mad because we ain't been together long enough for her to be having a say in how I spend my money, and the amount of the watch would nowhere near be enough to cover a deposit in London. And I also ain't really trying to settle down with her like that. And we haven't had those discussions about buying a property together yet. So I didn't even understand why that was even a factor. If it helps, with context, she is 24, a little older than me. I would love to get your thoughts on this, by the way. I really love the podcast. I came across it during lockdown, and it's only been getting better since then.
There's no need to make that last part up.
But I appreciate it nonetheless. We are a closed-door criticism podcast. We only accept open, positive feedback.
Praise only. Seems like this guy's made his mind up already, really.
It does, yeah. There's not a whole lot for us to say.
But we'll go through it
Do
anyway.
we want us to just validate what you feel?
No.
Well, that's what I was planning to do.
Nah, we ain't validating Nathan like that or whatever the fuck he said at the bottom.
So basically, he's making a bit of money trading. Not sure what. Could be playing cards, could be crypto, could be something. But he's made a bit of coin. And first things first, he's decided to buy a Rolex without telling his partner.
Good man, as you should. Drip yourself out,
But he bought it for investment, so he's not even dripping it out.
Even better idea. Because, dude, those things, they appreciate in value quite easily, right? Just by having one. As long as you keep it in good condition, I'm sure it'll go up in price.
So Squish, as the investment master, what do we think about buying a Rolex?
It's an odd choice when you're looking at your portfolio. When you look, when you,
Wait. Are we going on about the investment choice?
yeah.
We got to go through the whole thing, yeah.
I get it. It's a brand, and Sam's right. It will appreciate.
Will it though? Does it?
Absolutely will, yeah.
Rolexes do.
Did you not see the latest Apple the iPhone 3 that got sold for like 35,000?
Did it actually?
Yeah.
Dude, I think I still have mine somewhere. I have 3GS somewhere.
Keep it. It will only appreciate.
Wait, was it
Wow,
working condition though?
I think it's
no.
brand new.
Oh, maybe. I'm not
Those
100%.
ones that go for hundreds are like brand new.
They have to. I was going to say, no one wants
Regardless,
my shitty old-
regardless, keep it. It will still sell for a bit. These things will always appreciate. It's always about the brand power. Rolex will never lose that. So even if you get something,
No, don't laugh.
Just the way he's staring deep into my eyes while telling me that.
My brother, 2 weeks ago, he might have bought a Rolex until he did his research.
That's fair.
facts. I may have considered that, but I didn't.
Exactly.
And he stresses so you're saying good investment.
Good investment.
I
Rolex.
think it is an investment.
It's one.
Someone's ripple.
It's one of the investments of all time.
I think the
You
fact that
stole my joke.
I think the fact that he said he was investing before and he used that to invest in
Yeah.
a Rolex, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where the odd part comes in.
Wait, why?
I just don't think
We're not a financial advice podcast, by the way.
exactly. I
Just want to put that out there.
It feels like an odd product choice to invest in when you
Not
have when you
really.
have a lot of things that you can buy from that can give
So how
you.
much is the Rolex? Let's say like
I was going to say probably like maybe 10 to 20,000 pounds if we're looking, maybe up to 50,000 pounds. So he's right. That's absolutely not enough for a deposit for a place in London.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely right in that part. And the thing is, right, give it a couple of years, it'll probably go up in value. And the thing is, you can still wear it at the same time as well. So you're still getting actual use out of it and value from it right now. And then you have a future value as well.
Yeah.
so. Okay, we're saying investment choice. Fine. Like you do what you with your money. Like we're not going to tell you what to do.
100%.
No dramas. They've been together for a year. He didn't tell her about the purchase. Can we go into that? That seems a bit off.
I raised some questions there.
Yeah.
I raised some
Like,
questions there.
why?
We're not saying, she has to tell you what to do with your money.
No.
First of all. But surely you're just like, by the way, I'm thinking of getting a Rolex.
Surely that's something you share. Just like, by the way, I bought it. Yeah.
But he's obviously clearly in the second part of his message made his mind up how he feels about this woman. So maybe that's why he didn't. But surely just drop it in as part of the conversation.
Well, I guess my question is, why was he hiding it? Like, why didn't he want to tell her?
Yeah, it's just something to do with his finances that he invests a lot and he doesn't want to share
Like
what
his
might look like a low savings that he has currently. But he has,
Oh, so you think he's hiding how much he actually has? He doesn't let her know how much. Yeah,
potentially. It might be that. Who knows? Because he seems like an investor, one who regularly invests by the looks of it. So maybe that's what he's hiding. That kind of wealth. Who knows?
But I agree with these two. Like they've been together for over a year. That's not a
That's something
short
you should
amount
share.
of time.
You should share. Like these are the things that I do with my finance. You don't have to go into the finer details.
Exactly.
Not at all.
You don't have to tell her, expected ROI on the Rolex.
Absolutely not.
You
But
tell her,
hey,
Just
I
say,
have a
hey, I bought a
portfolio.
Rolex.
I'm thinking about Rolly. What do you reckon about this color? Like that seems like a nice conversation to have.
Slide it in. I dabble in crypto, Rolexes. That's all you have to say. That's it.
Like if he is, so for example, right? Like you're saying that he wants to hide his wealth. Maybe she is a gold digger or whatever. But after a year, like that's well past the period of time before you're smelling him
He's
out.
already lied for a year that he doesn't have much money. Should have left by now, brother.
I agree. I think it's the time frame. It's the year. You've been for a solid amount of time. I think at some time, your finances are shared in a small capacity at least. I think
Okay.
that's the issue.
So we moved there. So he should have maybe told her that he was planning to buy a Rolex.
Out of courtesy.
Atticus, exactly. Like, he
Absolutely.
doesn't have to listen to what she says.
I
or
mean,
anything.
it's not a joint.
Yeah.
No, as in,
have to.
that was
You have free
worded
will.
very aggressively. I meant like, even if she opposes it, like, what's it to her? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's
yeah.
my money. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, you're right. It's a courtesy.
It's a courtesy.
It's not a hey, should I buy this
Yeah,
Rolex?
it's a-
Investment decision.
It's I am buying it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, then she's found out about this. Should she have been allowed, or should she be able to get mad? Like, is that a right response from her?
It's 2022. She can do whatever she wants, bro.
I
We
think
stand.
getting mad at the idea that she wasn't told, I think is okay.
I think that's fair.
I think that's absolutely.
But then to be like, this could have been our savings for a deposit, blah,
That's
blah,
what it
blah.
is,
To
man.
That's
impose an investment decision.
exactly.
That
very presumptuous on her part.
exactly.
exactly.
I think it's also outrageous that she thinks that they're going to move in together when
Yeah,
they haven't had the
exactly.
conversation. Like, it should have been for our house deposit.
Exactly.
Our?
It sounds like she's entitled to his money as well.
But
Like,
is this his spin on the story? Fella?
oh, absolutely, it is.
No,
It
but-
is.
but also-
His spin on the
we need her
story.
version of the story
Look, if
as
that's
well.
the case as well, our investment, maybe he's doing a good thing from hiding all that wealth. Maybe this is why he's hiding that wealth.
So I reckon he saw red flags early. He's like,
And then he stayed there because maybe he just wanted that pussy. That's
poontang.
it.
Exactly.
That's it. Who knows?
Oh, what?
Who knows? Who knows?
When it's that good, bro.
It's that good that you're able to hide all your wealth and keep it in it.
This man's got like
then-
Cayman Islands banks that he's got hiding all his wealth.
Because he ain't all about that.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, back.
I think to summarize, I think great investment. You do you, brother. I think maybe probably should have told her. But then, for her to be like, this is for our investment, blah, blah, blah.
I have a feeling she was like, you could have used this for your house investment. I reckon that's the story.
But then even then, that's like, whatever, man.
No,
like,
because
that's,
what if she's not financially, not like Kush over here, a mogul? She doesn't know. She thinks it's just a watch that's 20 grand.
She doesn't understand negative debt and the
The appreciating value
positive
of,
tax implications that come with that.
Exactly. She doesn't know that she's running a small business and now net loss because he's bought a watch,
Could be.
But she's just like, you've bought a 20 grand watch.
But it could have hurt him to explain, a bit of communication.
Well,
here.
clearly that's something he's lacking so much.
Let's not attack our listeners here. He did also give a bit of context saying she was a bit older. Does that, make it a bit better?
You're 24. Are you thinking about getting married?
No.
That's it.
You reckon that's
Say
simple?
less. Yeah, you might be thinking about the future, but you're still 24
Kush is
at the end of the
24.
day.
He's buying a property.
Yes, understood that, but he's not thinking about buying property with his partner. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That
He's
is
just
true.
buying
That's
property
true.
for
That's
himself.
good. Yeah, that's true.
For me, it's 1 out of the 2 at the moment. All right, there isn't a 2 out of 2 potential. Okay.
Alrighty, this is in from a listener, and he submitted this by word of mouth.
That is the best marketing strategy out there.
It absolutely
this
is.
could possibly be one of the best stories.
So he's telling me he's going to a wedding, and there was an old high school reunion. Basically, it was one of his friends from back in the day. He's getting married, and he's invited a bunch of other people from his grade that he hasn't seen in a couple of years. It's been a while. So they get put on a table with everyone. So there's a high school table there, right? And they get to the wedding, and then they're going, and there's speeches, and there's reception, and all the regular jazz. At the wedding, everyone's respectful. At the reception, everyone's got the wine on the table, smashing it down nonstop. They're getting very rowdy. While speeches are going, people are yelling out, "I need to go to the bathroom," and then interrupting speeches, and then running straight to the bathroom, and then pissing. The best man is speaking, and then literally has to be like, "Boys, can you just quieten down on that table?" Now, as this is happening, the wife is getting very uncomfortable with it.
These are all the groom's friends.
These are all the groom's friends from his high school.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
And so his friends are basically sitting on the table. One of them is wearing a bright purple suit, And in his words, I'm here to upstage the groom. Now, so the wife then is becoming a little bit upset, right? But at the high school that the groom went to with his friends, he was a bit of a punching bag. So apparently, he's a bit socially unaware, and then these group of friends would make a bit of fun of him and basically laugh at his expense.
So wait, were they friends or?
Yeah, they were friends, but in the same way the golfer and his caddy are friends. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's the vibe.
So he
I
was part of the
getting.
group, but he was also, the joke of the group.
The joke of the group, but still part of the group, right? And
Is he though?
yeah, I would say.
It's a fine line, but yeah, we get the point.
Yeah. So the wife's getting super upset apparently, right?
Yeah.
And then basically the groom, the husband at this point, has now had to comfort the bride.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I want them to leave.
Right. Okay.
Now, question is, should he have kicked them out? He did not.
And and within these 2 years that you said they haven't physically seen each other, have they been in touch?
Sorry, this is the high school friends.
Yeah.
The person who told me the story
Yeah.
hasn't seen these people in a while. I'm sure the groom and the friends catch
So
up.
wait, are
every
they?
now and then.
Are they still close friends? Like those guys that you went to
Surely
high
if you
school?
get an invite to a wedding,
You're
you have
close
to-
friends.
It was a
right?
small wedding, to be fair. It was like a 80-person reception.
Fuck, these and then 40 each side. So you're in the top
Very
at
close.
least 10, 20 people in your life.
The first question, disruption at a wedding. You guys obviously have experience with disruption at a birthday party.
I would never do it at a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wedding
In the
comes-
house
a
of
wedding-
God, no less.
Birthday comes around every year, mate. A wedding comes around 2-3 times a lifetime.
Good.
Keep that up.
It's nice.
Birthday wedding is different. It's a different ball game.
Absolutely, it's a different ball game, bro.
Us to that.
The birthday, all right. Let's put it out there. Like we said, we had to chip in. So out of pocket for them,
Right.
very little, right? For a wedding, you're paying upwards of tens of thousands of dollars
I spoke to...
for what should be the happiest day of your life, right?
Yeah, well, I spoke to the guy and apparently he spent maybe 40, 50 grand is what they told me.
That's big daddy money. That is.
So they spent all that on you.
And he actually invited them. They didn't gate crash or
No,
anything.
no.
They were warmly received and welcomed.
Yes, because they're his high school friend group.
I think you gotta go back to step one. Are they really his friends? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think you can be the joke of the group and be part of the group.
Because you think about it, if they would have stopped making jokes about him,
Yeah.
would he still be part of the group?
Nah.
That's a question.
But even if they make jokes about whatever, but if they came to the wedding and were respectful and everyone had a good time, then even I would be fine with that. I think what they did was incredibly disrespectful.
Yelling.
They still considered him the joke of the group on the best day of his life.
Exactly.
Wanted to
Upstage. That was...
stage. That's
But he said that it
outrageous.
was as a joke. Apparently that was a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, but there's always seriousness
So
behind.
he did dress extravagantly, whoever this person
Mate, the guy was wearing a purple Joker suit. Bright purple.
there's intention.
With not even he was wearing purple sneakers with his name on the sneakers.
Oh, actually?
And a fake Richard Mille watch.
There's intention to that. There's no way I'm doing it as a joke. Absolutely no way.
But to be fair, he didn't wear that at the wedding. He changed into the reception.
He had a costume change.
This is what I've been told.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It just doesn't sit well with me. I think, but then can you kick people out of your own wedding like that?
The wife is upset.
That is true. It's her day as well.
But at the same time, fuck, I've paid for this. Just at least come and enjoy then. Make the use of it. Otherwise, it's going to go to waste.
Bro, these guys are an investment to the best day of my life.
Was the groom or whoever, best man, whatever, during the speech, telling them to quiet down, was that enough action? Because I think there's actions you can take before kicking them.
I feel like fuck, if I'm the groom, I don't even want to have to go that far. I'm expecting you guys to already be quiet and listening.
Yeah.
But it's happening.
But it's happened. And
It-
there
it-
is potential for it to happen again. Your wife, now wife is now upset.
Surely you step aside. Let's
That's
have a
what I
chat.
mean. Do you sit them down and be like,
Surely.
fellas,
I think that's actually a good point.
shut up?
But I think it's the best man's duty, dare I suggest.
Yeah, I was going to say, you send
whoever it might
one
be.
of the goons to go get him.
The what?
goons with an N. With an N.
No, you're right.
Also with a G.
With a G as well.
That's fine. That's a legitimate word that
Yeah,
you can
thank
use.
Thank you.
Oh, you're right though. The best man, I think, could have done a little bit more.
He's got to step up here.
Absolutely. We're not saying it's his fault,
Of course, yeah.
but a little more action would have been nice.
Because like, if you're part of the bridal table, right, or the bridal party, you have responsibilities. You're not just a guest at the wedding. Like you have to,
keeping order.
yeah.
Bro, you've been part of the planning of the wedding celebration. Like you were there from the get-go. You're not just there to sit down.
Dare I say it's actually on the bridal party to ensure a smooth ceremony and a smooth reception.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So if these goons, as Sen so eloquently put it,
they've let him down. Absolutely let him down. Do you know if like were other people getting annoyed by this, or like were other people being like disrupted by their unruly behavior?
Surely, right?
yeah, like of course, because it's like because they were just getting very intoxicated
So
apparently.
it was very noticeable to everyone.
and they were sitting like right next to the speech table, so it's not like they
So
were.
it's not like they were at the back or anything.
They're not at the back of the bus screaming out, obscenities. They're
They were
like
front and
right,
center.
Exactly.
So you're telling me this from the sounds of this group has come here for a bit of fun, not for the
They've come for one
the
reason.
niceties and the best wishes for the groom. They're there for their own.
This might be uncomfortable advice here, but they're not your friends. And they shouldn't have been.
Have
invited in
they
the
have they
first place.
taken advantage of him? Obviously.
Maybe.
It sounds like it. It sounds like they came for a bit of fun and that's it. That's all they did.
Sounds like the groom's unfazed, but from what I'm hearing.
The groom from Freudian slip.
Hey, yeah.
The groom was tending to his wife, but stopped at, I want to kick these out because they are my high school friends. And like they were disruptive, but it's not like they're every single minute.
No,
they're
I
like,
agree. But I'm expecting there to be no disruptions whatsoever.
of course, but should he have kicked them out? Is the question. The wife wants them to be kicked out.
I think that's
Not at
making,
this stage.
That's making even bigger of a scene, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. But I think if he did kick him out,
Respect.
it's a good day to become socially aware. That's what I'm saying.
It's always actually a good day.
That's what I'm saying.
Every day is a good day.
Exactly. He's become Roy Batty in that moment. He's learned everything. That's what he's done.
All right, guys, we've got an impromptu segment right now. We've been thinking about it. We're like, you guys love Would You Rather, so fuck it. We'll bring it back. So we've got a couple here. So, boys, first one. Would you rather get $1,000 in cold, hard cash right now or $100,000 in multiple investments, including loans, cryptocurrency, and superannuation?
Look, I don't want to pay all that back. 100 grand is a lot of cash to pay back. $1,000 in my hands, I could get so much stuff with $1,000 right now. No,
PS5, I'm taking that every day of the
PS5
week.
and a game and a
Oh,
controller.
mate. Yeah, the works. I'm taking the bundle.
And you don't have to worry about fucking, I got to pay fucking $200 next month. I got to pay off my loan.
Boys, what are you saying? Have you not heard of WeMoney? Any of you? Dude, it's a financial wellness app. You're talking about tracking. This can track everything. Superannuation, your loans, your crypto, it tracks everything in one place. You can track your debt, dude. That's how important this app is. So you can track even your credit score and it puts it all in one place. Your bank accounts, everything.
I've been meaning to check my credit score for a while, actually.
Not even that. There are some opportunities on there. Maybe some more financial products you want to invest in. And it'll even give you some like-minded community, a powerful like-minded community to give you tips and learn from.
Hey.
So boys, download WeMoney. It's on your phones. It's on your app stores. Download it and really invest and power your wealth to the future.
Well, none of you actually really answered the question there, but this episode is sponsored by WeMoney, so go download the app. We actually have no other Would You Rathers. Alrighty, boys, it is the end of the episode, and of course, we are at the end of October, which means only one thing. It's Cocktober, baby! And if you are listening to this, that means you are a Halloween hoe. So every year in Cocktober, the Jack-o'-lantern comes to life, coming to harvest his hoes for Thotoween. So send this podcast snippet to 10 other Halloween hoes, or else you will get a trick. If you get 4 back, you're a Thotoween treat. If you get 6 back, you're a slutty witch bitch. But if you get all 10 back, you are the spookiest slut on the block. If you don't send this to 10 other thoughts, however, you will get no dick this Cocktober.